Good evening guys, welcome back to the Eastbourne Fisherman. Tonight I've come down to a local Eastbourne beach just to have a fish. I'm currently running my own specimen hunt on my Facebook group, so I'm fishing for that tonight, so hopefully I'll be able to get a decent fish. The plan for tonight is it's pretty windy. I've got the tent set up. I'm going to fish one rod on a pennel rig using circle hooks, so I've got 2 circle hooks there, on a Trident pennel rig. Definitely using the red weights tonight just to hold, because it is pretty windy. And on the second rod I'm just going to scratch around really close, so I'll be using maybe a 2-hook or a 3-hook flapper, just bait it with some lug, and on the pennel rig we're going to go for whole squid. I'm going to throw the camera around, I'll show you the baits I've got tonight, and then I will bait up for you and show you that as well, and then we're going to fish and see how we get on. Right then guys, so I've got a whole host of different baits tonight. I've got some, these are oiled lug, these are oiled and salted lug. These are fresh lug. I've got some packet of squid there, nice big packet of squid, and a mackerel there as well. So you know, a whole host of different baits there. We're going to have a play round and you know, see what we can pick up with those baits. I do have some other baits as well: sand eel, razor clams, razor fish, and so on and so forth. So we'll have a proper mess around and see, you know, what works best tonight. Right guys, so bait wise tonight, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fillet me mackerel. Still a bit hard, but hopefully it will be alright. So what we're going to do is going to go in through the fin, just come down, watching your fingers on that fillet knife, it's really sharp, just cutting all the way down to the edge of the tail, and I'll use this for tipping off with my my lugworm. We'll keep the head, and we'll use that as a bigger bait later hopefully. Again, keeping your fingers right away from that knife edge, and there's my little fillet there. And cut the head, I want to keep that for later, and I'm just going to take this bit here and this bit here and use that as tipping off bait as well. Try and get as much out of the fish as possible, and then that's the bit I'm going to discard. So I've got 2 fillets there that we can use. The head, which is a fantastic bait as well, and then the 2 side bits there, which I'm going to use just for tipping off there. So on the first rig, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this whole mackerel fillet. I might cut it a bit thinner actually, I might get 2 baits out of that, just to tidy that up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the first hook, I'm going to go in through the bottom like so, and just fold that back over and round, and that'll be where my first hook is going to be. Oh, let's get it in the centre. It's going to be there. So that's where my first hook's going to be. What I'm going to do is going to get my bait elastic, and then we will cotton that up. Ooh. Just to hold that hook point in place. Just want to hold that, all that line as well behind, just to hold all that in place, to go all the way up the bait, and a couple of times just to keep that nice and tight. And back down, making sure we definitely cover the eye of the hook, because that's what's going to hold the bait in. Go around the shank of the hook as well. Keep that nice and tight, and that shouldn't slide out the bottom there. So that's the hook at the bottom there. Now what we're going to do is going to get our pennel hook at the top. We're going to come down, wrap it round, and then hook that into the top of the bait. Pull in the line, and that is our first bait there, which is just a nice bit of mackerel. So hopefully we'll be able to pick up a bass or something like that, or maybe a conger or something, or an eel or something like that with this bait. What I'm going to do is going to get the second rig set up, and I'll show you how we're doing that as well. Right then guys, so the second rig I've gone for tonight is actually going to be a 1 up 1 down rig. I absolutely love this rig, it's fantastic and it's done me really good. So I'm just going to cut the worm there and there, which is the top and the bottom off, and then I am going to feed the worm up the hook, like so. And that'll be one bait, and the idea of that is it's going to be a close-in bait for salt. So I'm going to scratch around for some salt, because that's what I want. So that's the first hook there, the first worm. And then what we're going to do is going to do the same on the second hook. Just cut the bottom off and feed that on to the second hook. These hooks are really small, size 4 hooks, just for the sole, and I'm just going to use that as a really close in rig, and hopefully we'll be able to scratch around and pick up some sole with that. So that is my plan. Again on the rev weight, yeah. So again on the rev weight, just to hold in the tide, as it's pretty rough today. Right guys, so I'm all rigged up, I'm all baited up, I'm all ready to go. So I'm going to cast the rods out now, and I will keep you posted. Right guys, just reeled into my first chuck on the 1 up 1 down rig. This rig is a Slayer. It's a whiting Slayer. So first cast 2 whiting, biggest whiting, this one here, is coming in at 27 centimeters. So we have beaten the blank. We are onto 2 fish, although they are whiting, not the target species, but yeah, we've got some fish in the bag. So happy days. We're going to unhook these, get them back in the sea pretty quick, and then we're going to carry on fishing. Right guys, just reeled in my second rod, and it is another whiting. That's on the big mackerel bait I put out. So yeah, 3 whiting so far. Taking a nice big circle hook to the side of the gob. So we're going to unhook him, get him back in. I don't think he's of any size. Nothing for me to submit to the competition. Nah, 27. So yeah, I'm going to unhook him, and then we're going to carry on. It's just started raining, so happy days. Right guys, bang, we are into another one. Boom, another whiting. So yeah, it is whiting mania tonight. Woo! Just got to try and cut through them and see if we can pick up any other fish other than whiting. That is the plan. Boom, another 2 whiting. Happy days. It's whiting mania tonight, absolute whiting carnage. This one's the biggest one of the evening so far, coming in at a huge 29 centimeters. Winter mackerel are officially here. Whiting are here. Let's crack on and see if we can try and grab something other than a whiting. Right guys, so I've been fishing now for about an hour and a half. I think we're into now double figure whiting. It's been pretty busy, but I just can't seem to get through the whiting. This was the bait I was using last on the big, 2 circle hooks. It's the whiting and lug bait, just all wrapped up nicely together. Plans for now, I'm going to use a running ledger, just with some worm or maybe some squid or something like that, in the hope to pick up a bass just closer in, and try and get through this whiting. Absolute nightmare. Right guys, just to give you a quick update of what's happening. It's whiting central at the moment, just whiting after whiting after whiting after whiting. I've tried lots. I've tried worm, I've tried sand eel, squid, and I also tried razor clam, razor fish, sorry, and loads of other bits and pieces, but it's just whiting. It's just, as soon as you cast out, bang, whiting, and then bang, whiting. So yeah, it's hard work tonight, and the wind is just constantly in your face. So yeah, it is hard work. Tide's coming up now. We're about an hour and a half into the rise of the tide. I'm going to plug it out. I'm going to keep at it. I want a fish tonight, and I want to try and submit a fish into my own competition on my own Facebook group. So yeah, that's the plan. But it is hard work. It is really hard work tonight. But we're not going to give up. We're going to keep going, and hopefully we'll be able to bag a fish. Right guys, we're about 2.5 hours into the rising tide. It is whiting city. It is one after the other. Every cast, whiting. Went quiet for a bit, but they're just, yeah, it's just boom, cast out, whiting. Oh, soul destroying, absolutely soul destroying. Trying my hardest to break through the whiting and hopefully pick out another fish. Try big baits, small baits, small hooks, big hooks. They're taking everything. Even gone up to a 6.0 and they're still hammering the 6.0s. So yeah, got another probably about an hour and a bit left of the session, so fingers crossed that we can pick out any other fish that is not a whiting. I think I'm into double figure whiting now. Oh, I must be in double figure whiting now. There's not much point keep showing you the whiting. They're not big. The biggest one I've had at the moment is 29, so I mean they're like from anything from like miniature to 29. So yeah, is what it is. Is what it is. The weather's howling, the wind's blowing, it's cold. So currently, you know, just I'm in the tent, just chilling out, just for a minute, and you know, we'll see what happens. Right guys, we're back at it again. First rig, double shot of whiting. Second rig, another whiting. There's literally so much whiting tonight, it is unreal. Absolutely unreal. Trying my best to try and cut through it. We're into the last hour of the session now, so please give me a fish that's not a whiting. It's whiting onslaught tonight, absolute whiting onslaught. But let's plug on and get through it. Right guys, so we have done it. Towards the end of the session, we managed to pull in this bad boy, which is a nice silver eel. He's flipping around like there's no tomorrow. Don't really want to touch him because he's slimy as anything. And he is now tangling up the whole rig. So yeah, there he is, one silver eel. Hopefully I'll unhook him and get a little picture. Yeah, and then we're getting back in the water, so yeah, that's cool. So we fought through the whiting to obtain one silver eel. So then guys, that's the end of the session. It's been a pretty manic one. Started off whiting city, and then the little eel saved the night. That's pretty cool. So yeah, happy with that. And you know, roll on to the next adventure. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.